all engines with timing chain needs a tensioner assembly. With tensioner assembly, the timing chain is tight, it is not slack, and it allows a smooth synchronization between the valves and the crankshaft. Right here with me, I have the Kawasaki tensioner assembly with a part number that belongs to ZX4RR engines. Different engines have different tensioner, but they work the same. And today, I'm going to share with you on how to spot the wear and tear on the tensioner assembly. I'm Hassan from Mechanic Bar, and today you're going to learn something from me. This is the tensioner assembly on the engine of ZX4RR, and with this tensioner giving a tight tension on the timing chain inside this engine, it creates a good and smooth synchronization between the valves and the crankshaft of this engine. So when you remove the tensioner assembly from the engine, what you will have is something like this. Let me share with you the parts of a tensioner body. These are the two mounting holes. One bolt here that retains the mainspring inside, the whole body itself, the O-ring that prevents the engine oil from spilling outside. There is a catch and a tiny spring inside here. This is the holding pin, and this is the push rod itself that touches the timing chain. So let us inspect one by one of the subcomponents of this tensioner assembly. Okay, first thing, check the outside first. This is the O-ring. Ensure the O-ring is not damaged. If the O-ring is out of shape, damaged or tear, you need to replace the O-ring. Very simple. Secondly, this push rod is already extended outside. To me, this is already the maximum limit. You can't pull or push it out anymore. Okay, so to test its integrity, just have to use your palm, press this entire tensioner down. Press. It should not retract back the push rod because this catch is working fine, and there is a small tiny spring that is holding the catch. So basically this is good enough, but it has been used extendedly. The threads are okay. There is a hole to house the spring. The washer is well used. You need to replace this washer. And there is the mainspring. Okay, so when you take out the mainspring, inspect its integrity. If you can see, it's already out of shape and it's already lost its compression power. So you want to remove this spring. And the tensioner body without the spring and all the bolt stopper and such, this thing still needs to be of integrity. That means even though how much you press, the push rod doesn't go back inside. But the moment you press this catch down, hold it down, you can easily push back the push rod. And this is how it looks like if the tensioner assembly is at its reset point. So reset point of a tensioner body is like this. Get what I mean? So when you put inside the engine, very slowly the push rod will protrude out and touches the timing chain because of the spring inside this tensioner body. Okay, so I'm going to teach you on how to do the inspection of wear and tear. First thing is the O-ring here. Make sure the O-ring is not out of shape, it is not tear nor damages, because this O-ring retains and stop the engine oil from spilling outside. Right? Secondly, ensure that the catch here is working fine. So when you press the catch down, you can actually push the push rod downwards. Because of the spring tension inside, it will spring back. That means it's working fine. Okay, again, push the catch down, compress it, let it go. It should protrude out. So this push rod is working fine, the mechanism is working fine. This is what happens when you put this tension assembly inside the engine. So it should be at the reset point like this. Okay, so when you install on the engine, it will auto push out the push rod, and this part will touch the timing chain. Hence it will tension the timing chain. Alright, but we got to inspect the spring inside this tensioner body. Remove the bolt here and inspect the main spring. So as you remove this, you can see that when you remove this, the threads are okay. There is a hole to house the spring. The washer is well used. You need to replace this washer. And there is the mainspring. Okay, so when you take out the mainspring, inspect its integrity. If you can see, it's already out of shape and it's already lost its compression power. So you want to remove this spring. To test whether this section of the mechanism is working fine or not, it's very simple. Just press and hold down the catch here. Depress the push rod should go down, but there's going to be a lot of tension because the spring is inside. When you release it slowly, it should give you this sound and motion. So it's working fine, right? If it doesn't retract back, then the spring is totally damaged and this mechanism might be jammed. So again, press down the catch. The push rod should be depressed easily, but there should be tension, and when you release it, it should be protruding out. And when it's out, you cannot push it back. No matter how much pressure you push in, you cannot. If the push rod retracts when you apply pressure like this, that means this entire mechanism is damaged. So I'm Hassan from Mechanic Bar. Hope that you learned something today. Any questions, hit me on the comments.